Run It Studios is the home of the Run Radio podcast and runradio.net, a podcast and station about the relentless, resilient, and innovative types, inspiring strides in life, business, and beyond. Welcome back to the Run Radio podcast. I'm Trina Wilcox, and my guest today is someone who has been a Run Radio artist since the beginning. I want to welcome Young Zealous. Hi.
How y'all doing? How you doing, guys?
Good. How have you been doing over the past few years with your music and everything else?
It's been a lot of good stuff going on. With the music, I've been trying to like be the example that I wanted to see in the world by starting events, and for like artists who are like starving artists and stuff like that, trying to learn my royalties, all the royalties, not a little bit, so we can make a living off of it, and also we can fund our career, and that's what's been going on lately,
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because being an independent artist like you are, so many independent creators, artists, musicians, writers are doing that in addition to, you got to do the other things to pay the bills and then feed into your art. And it takes a lot of energy. So how has that been for you to spin all the plates?
Right. All that. It's like being consistent is a thing that I always been known for, of being like stubborn and consistent, and sometimes I'm like slow at certain things, but it's all a purpose. Like I have a bigger purpose. So working at my job, feeding this dream and stuff like that, it feeds me back in a sense, once I like make my own merch and do what they like tell us to do, is like make your own merch and do shows and stuff. But the shows, that's like I said, like studying about the royalty stuff, they're gonna pay us like now, so once I actually go through that process and do the royalties like process, like the ASCAP and BMI, stuff like that, and the deeper stuff that hardly anybody ever talks about it, right? And that's why people give up their career in music. And so yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of advantages to signing with a big label or publisher or anything like that. There are advantages, but there are also a lot of advantages to doing it all yourself.
Right.
So what surprised you the most about doing it all yourself?
Oh man. It's just so strenuous, like it's it's the stuff, like I'm finding out this is the stuff that people went to school for. So it's not like fun like making music, but I'm trying to, that's one thing I would say. Yeah, that going off. Yeah. It's crazy.
What do you do when you feel like your creative juices stop flowing and you feel like you're worn out? You've done all the things, but you don't feel like you have enough left to give to your craft.
Oh man. Man, sometimes I'll watch motivational speeches, what I'm saying? I'll listen to those and I hear them like talking about stuff, and I'll watch rappers in the studio. And sometimes just it takes for me to just listen to another rapper a little bit more, because a lot of rappers don't listen to other rappers as much. So some, like, I don't know, the people I look up to, they don't always look at too many rappers, but they keep specific rappers to listen to, because sometimes the message of rap, the way the rap is going these days, can be so negative, and we know that's not really what we want to live. It's just the industry standard now, and so we stay away from it, so we don't get inspired by them when we could. Some people get inspired to do the wrong thing, like, you know what I mean? Like they be like, hey, I listened to so and so, and he's my only source of inspiration because he's getting it, he's going like a wheel. But the problem is the garbage that he's spitting is now contaminating people who had morals, but now their mentor is just, he's talking trash, and now he got you talking trash as a rapper. So inspiration comes from that type of flow, but I try to stay away from it. But I get back into it by listening to a few songs.
Yeah.
And motivational speeches.
What do you think about that when you hear about the beefs going on between a lot of the well-known rappers out there, and they're thriving off of it. I mean,
dang, that's good. I was just watching the video on that. That's crazy. I know there's more out there to like get people's attention, and I know how to do that. But what they've been taught how to get people's attention, how they've been taught is there's gatekeepers telling them this is what's going to look good. There's this is what's going to look good, and those gatekeepers have thrived off of in a sense sometimes not all the gatekeepers, but they sometimes thrived off of drama and almost causing a problem between these people when the artists barely had any beef with each other. Like Tupac and Biggie, like the problem with those two, even Snoop Dogg admitted that, hey, we used to be friends at once. So Snoop Dogg was not joining Tupac in his rant about Biggie. And so he was like, what's all the problem? And it's weird. So it's like, it's all that beef stuff is like, it is low energy stuff. I know it sounds crazy to say that, but it's just not, it's more, there's more things in life that can catch people's attention. And I know a lot of those things that can catch people's attention, and beefing is not really the main thing. But I don't know. I want to say this. Okay, so there's been some issues. I ain't gonna go into it. I ain't gonna go into it too much, but beef is exciting. It is exciting, right? It's all about how you maneuver it, because people can lose their life. They can lose, you know what I mean? People can get like defamation. You want to watch out for defamation, where you defame people and you get sued for that, right? But these people who are professionals, they know how to, toe the line, and but I would say when it comes to that beef, I had some issues that happened recently, and it had something to do with a couple of gatekeepers in the city, and drama is catchy.
Yeah.
And I may not like it, and a lot of artists don't like it, and this is me just like coming out just about it, but I feel like it's hard. It sounds contradicting to say this. I feel like God and the angels and the devil and all his angels, I feel like they understand the drama too, because they're bigger beings and they know how to make a good story. And so sometimes you do have to make the best out of that drama. You got to speak your mind and do it with wisdom, and also be humble in it too, because it's all going to be recycled, and then people are going to be like, "Did you hear what he said? Oh, he inboxed that guy," and he's, you know what I mean. And so, got keep your morals, but still tell your truth, and keep your character too. Be charismatic with it too a little bit. You know what I mean? And because that way, whenever troubles coming your way, you make the best out of it. And it's so it's crazy without just being like, I'm just gonna shut it all down. And nobody has nothing to like look forward to. It's crazy. It sounds contradiction to what I just said at the beginning, right? But I'm learning, you know what I mean? So I'm learning what those people are learning. And it's like, but I don't want to lose my soul in the midst of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're kind of different anyway. Your message has always been a little more light and love, faith driven.
Yeah.
And so, who are some of your influences that you listen to and pull from to get inspired?
I used to listen to Kevin Gates a lot, but because I like this voice, I like this message, his faith, his view about faith and life and stuff. But that's why it's essential for us to keep pushing out music. But I got to keep doing that, keep remembering that, because he's not pushing out as much music right now, and that just made me think about myself. but I got to do songs coming up. But anyways, let's see. I would say Bone Thugs and Harmony would be another inspiration. They were like one of my original inspirations. Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
He when my family saw that, we went crazy, because we were like, they talking about God, and they lit. Like it's like almost every black person's dream, almost, in a sense. Like when we first start off, like we start off in the church, like lit. We learn our voice. A lot of people, not just only black people, just like in America, we get our talent from church, and then and then we spread out. So what other artists? Right now, sometimes I listen to Travis Scott. Sometimes I haven't been lately. I like his little spacious sound that he has, the little reverb that he has with it. Wu-Tang, I've been listening to that lately. I went to the pool and just listened to Wu-Tang. I went to sleep on the freaking the beach thing, just like going to sleep, you know what I'm saying, listening to it,
Yeah.
waking up. And I was like, man, woke up with inspiration. So those I would say keep that short. That would be some of them. Lecrae definitely, you know, and that'd be all, I guess, right now. So yeah.
Do you dedicate a certain amount of time to write and work on music, or do you just kind of strike when the iron's hot?
I do both.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so like in the car is like the biggest place where I get my inspiration from. So
Really?
uh-huh. So when I'm riding around, like I'll play some beats, whatever, and then I just get lit. Like it's just like it's oh man. It's in the car where it happens at. And going to work, it's like a short drive, so I get a little bit
Yeah.
of preparing my songs. Like there's a song, I got a song called There's Levels. And then a song called Go Country. It's a dance song. And so if I have a long drive, the song will most likely be done. If the
Yeah.
drive is long. If it's short, I will only get bits and bits.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah.
so
I understand that. I've had moments when it comes to writing, I can just
yeah.
stop down and start, writing something. And then if I make time to do it, I'm like, nothing's striking me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you brought up an interesting point. What the name of one of your songs you
Yeah.
said is what country?
Go Country.
Go
Go
Country. Is
Country.
that new?
Yeah, this is gonna be new. Yeah. So yeah.
Did you hear how Beyonce got snubbed at the CMAs?
What
No
happened?
nominations. So I was wondering what your thoughts are on a lot of the crossover genres and
Uh-huh.
things like that. What do you feel about that?
I would say it's multifaceted. I would say I'll start with I think about Jay-Z when I think about Beyonce, and I think about how much power he has. I think it wouldn't be a too much of a racial issue. I think it's a power issue, and I think the country genre is like recognizing, hey, you're not just going to just take over. What and this ain't? I don't think this is racial. I think it's a power thing, right? Just right here. In other situations, it may be racial, and it may be a little bit maybe racial, but it ain't really that. I think because like Jay-Z has power. He's with like almost the Illuminati with P Diddy and all that stuff. They can pull strings anywhere over the globe. They're with some system, with the higher powers or whatever. And so Beyonce makes a song. To me, I didn't like the song too much. It's one of those songs you have to listen to over and over again and get brainwashed in order to like it. You know what I mean? And that's almost with any song almost. I know, right? What's your opinions about it? Because I'm like,
no, I liked the song. I like that she brought attention to something that was already existing, which is
yeah,
kind of frustrating on one
okay,
hand when you feel like you need somebody else to shine on what's already shining.
uh-huh,
But at the same time, if someone else can get that hype going,
right,
that's great too, right?
facts.
But like I'm blanking on her name now, but the lady that did the banjo at the beginning of the song, this
Uh-huh.
gal's got a career and has been doing country music for a long time.
Dang, I wish I knew her
So,
name because I would have probably looked it up because that's like
but
that's it.
it's just very interesting the whole thing. And
Huh.
I have my dad always said there's good music and that's
Mm,
all that really matters,
wow,
and when we break down these genres, it's kind of like I enjoy seeing artists have more opportunity to expand these days.
wow,
So that interests me. I like that. I like that we have more platforms for people to discover music and not necessarily pop, country, or
uh-huh,
rock, but we can blend these sounds and it's actually been done before, but they had to
right,
work so hard to get the airplay, and so they had to fit into this
yep.
mold. And it's like, let's bust those molds out, man. It's
Come
just,
on.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
So
that's why some guy what's his name? I think it was a guy named No Mo Malik Williams or whatever. He came to one of my YZ Carpet events and he said, I like your music because you are not afraid to jump into whatever genre and break those modes like that. That's what he said. He said that's why I mess with you because that's how I am. And then also, oh my God, slap me in the face. It was not him. It was no, it was Dark King. Dark King. So anyways, Dark King, he mentioned that because he's not orthodox. He's not like conventional. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways, my Yes Sir song is unconventional. It's like a rock and rap type of song. You know what I mean? Metal and stuff like that. And so, and I love the violin that's in it too. Also, that's one of the things that really caught my attention of that song. And the Go Country has a banjo in it, and it's like it's so good. I mean, we made a dance to it too, also. And so, cool. Yeah, look out for that. Like the Go Country song.
Yeah.
And me and Xavier.
Do you play other instruments?
I don't play any instruments.
None. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you curious about learning?
I would learn how to do it if I was around a bunch of musicians as let's say like a often thing. Let's put it this way. If we had like weekly a artist thing to where we went to all the time, like practice, like football practice, whatever.
Yeah.
If we had that, I would learn it because it would keep me focused and it'd be repetitious. It'd be, you know what I mean? And then I wouldn't be like over here and over here and over there because I have ADHD, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You can't tell I got that like straight up. And and so I don't know about that yet, you know what I'm saying, as far as
that might be a cool thing to start is like a regular, collaboration, a weekly session for people wanting to teach and be taught, learn and share information. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great
spare time.
Right. In the spare time, right.
In the spare time.
It would have to be like, that's my problem is like, if it's an allocated time to be like, hey, this time we do this, we do that, I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah.
Religiously.
Yeah. What are some of the bigger challenges you have when it comes to getting music started and finished and then doing life? What are some of the hurdles that you face regularly?
Man, doing life, I want to start with that. Like there's certain things that you want to tell people, but it's so fresh. It's like your new marriage that you just, you know what I'm saying? Like you see the positives, you see the things to learn from, and you see, you know what I mean? Like, and then you reflect on your past, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to say that because I don't want my in-laws to, think a certain thing. I don't want so-and-so to think this way, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like, how do people even maneuver that, as artists, and so that's why a lot of artists stay single in a sense, not all of them. And that's why I look up to people that's married. But the people that stay single is because they're able to render and say the lessons that you need to learn in life and stuff that you've been through. When you're married, sometimes I don't know how do you do that, Lecrae, he's married. Bizzle, he's married. How many people can we say in the rap game is, really, really married and talking about it,
So do you feel like there's pressure to keep the two very separated?
I feel like yes, but not in the industry. It's just like life. It's the privacy. It's like you fear the privacy, and you don't have role models telling you how to maneuver those things. Like, hey, to have a talk about it, have a conversation about it, come to peace with it, and this and that, and whatever. The more people, come out about that, people are going to grow. We're going to evolve in it. We're going to become better at it. But currently we don't have that going on. So I don't know. Yeah, that's my thoughts a little bit about some of that.
It seems like
what was the other questions?
And then also in your career too, like what hurdles do you have?
The hurdles I have is the biggest thing I would say. Time is the main thing. Funding, I would say like funding my own career. I know that I can get money from this. I know this. Like I've seen my merch is sold out many times. Like when I brought it, they just licked it up. I'm talking like I had nothing at the table. so it's there. But what sucks me up is that obviously, like I said, the schedule of our job, right? Even though it has funded the career, it's still sucking away from the time I can do music. Um, like I said, if we had a camp or some kind of thing that we go to weekly, to where we just disappear and just artists just be artists and we just make music, I'm telling you, like I would just like songs would just come out of nowhere. I know how fast I can make a song, and I have in my laptop I have a lot of like songs. Like my problem is not making music. My problem is that one of the problems I have is that I make too many verses, and I don't know what to do, what to take away, like from it, because then I'll be like, oh, that verse was good too. How do I do this? And so I get stuck, and my whole laptop full of it. And a lot of artists can actually attest to it. They just don't speak about it, and so they look like they're not doing anything, and so that eats them up and everything. And so, last thing, just the added one. Well, actually, I already said it's funding, but I feel like if I did like a Patreon or something like that, I know for sure songs will get done in a day. I know this for sure. Like, because the only so I'm thinking about work. I'm thinking about this need to get done, that need to get done. If I could sit here on the camera right now and just play a beat right now and start rapping and do my process, I would do that constantly. And it will be, and knowing that nothing else needs to be taken care of, you know what I'm saying, other than my marriage, I would do that religiously.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm a zealot. Like I'm so committed. Like I've been in my job for about 13 years, been in my church about 20 plus years. Cause I'm that's why I call myself zealot, because I'm committed to a lot of stuff. But I just don't have that flow. If I had that flow of that security, I'm telling you, nobody can pull me from it. You know what I mean?
What what are the plans for your music right now in the next, say, 3 to 5 years?
The plan for my music in 3 to 5 years, I would say the royalties thing will be completed, and it will be a regular thing. I registering all my stuff in all the places where all the money circulates. That's going to be a regular thing, so we'll be able to have security to actually do what I was just saying. We at that time, when all this stuff starts circulating, we're gonna so the second part will be we're gonna go viral, because I already have that plan, but I'm not doing it yet until I have the website set up. That's gonna have a funnel, you know what I mean, like a click funnel, basically. Yeah. You know, you can buy stuff and stuff like that. So I don't want to just go viral and then not have nothing in return. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah. I know how to do the ads and everything, so I was like, oh, that's all? Okay. Well, let's get the ducks in line, and then we're gonna do it. So that's what I'm waiting for. A lot of people. So that's what else? Ministry. That's what I want to do. I want to go to churches. I want to go to, like, you know, youth groups or whatever. I want to go. I want to be at more festivals. I'm invited to a festival, right? To perform at the Cypress Hill event. It's not going to be exactly. It's going to be one of the side stages. They have big stages there in different types in the amphitheater in Ozark. So that's one of the things that I want to keep doing, more of those festivals. Rap camps. That's one of the things. Musician camps, and keeping that going. So everything I just said earlier about all this rap camp, if I had all this stuff, I was hiding that. But that's what I plan to do in the future, because I already did the YZ red carpet event.
Yeah.
They said keep doing that. We want to help fund that, and people were saying that keep doing it. All these were samples, like the songwriter camp, bonfire camp that I did, where Eddie Robinson and them came out, and Pete Cash and all these type of artists. They came out, big artists. They came out to support it. That was happening because these are samples of what's going to happen at the rap camp that I plan to do in the future. So these are some of the things that's coming, just to keep some of it short.
Good. All right. We'll be watching. You come back and tell us more when you've got more lined up, and we'll spread the word. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Tell people where they can go to connect with you and your music right now and follow along.
Yes, sir. This is Young Zealous, and you You can find me on all platforms. Spotify, Apple Music. Apple Music pays the most. That's funny. I had to say it. Shout out to Chris Carino. But I would say you can find me every platform. I would say check out, keep a lookout for Go Country, the dance, and also keep a lookout for There's Levels with me and King K, Young Zealous King K. That's
And
where you can find us at.
sounds good. We'll probably be hearing them also on Run Radio. I'm sure you'll send those over for us to share.
That's
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
Be following along. You can link over to watch and listen on all platforms from runradio.net. Thank you.
Right. Let's go.